Hello and welcome to Exploited Crimes and Technology. This is Opal Singleton coming to you every Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock right here on AM 590, The Answer. Well, are you guys as sick of this whole political thing as I am? Holy cow, it's a new year. Give me a break. You know, there must be something good to look at. Anyway, things are rolling right along in the world of combating child pornography, sextortion, social media exploitation, human trafficking of all kinds. And that is what this show is all about. This show is called Crimes and Technology and Exploited to talk about how we can deal with something and make a difference. And that is what I do every day. Million Kids is the people that bring you this show. That is MILLION, millionkids.org. I happen to be the president and CEO, but there are a lot more people to Million Kids than just me. I'm the face of it, and I'm telling you, we got to find somebody younger quick. All this isolation, I don't know about you, but it's getting to me. Anyway, but I truly appreciate all the people that follow our programs and support our work. Million Kids is an organization that's been around since 2008, actually. And we started with the Riverside County Sheriff Department back around 2010 in supporting and being the training and outreach coordinator for the Riverside County Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force. And we've now trained about 400,000 people that we can count. I always kid that I used to look like the person on the back of that book that we sell. By the way, I hope if you haven't ordered the book that you will do that, not only to support our work, but more important, to educate yourself. There is a lot going on in the world of human exploitation. And I want to address one of those issues as it is. We do something called the Million Kids Insider Alert. And you can be part of that by going to millionkids.org and signing up and giving us your name. We have a Facebook page also, i.e. Million Kids, standing for Inland Empire Million Kids, to differentiate ourselves from that rock band Million Kids, which I'm sure you don't want to follow. I would suspect. But anyway, the Insider Alert is a way for me to keep you up to date and educate you. My background is I've got tens of thousands of hours of doing research on these subjects. I am by trade a law enforcement and social worker and, code enforcement, fire departments. I'm a certified trainer. And so I have tens of thousands of hours of studying this particular crime. And this is the reason why when we have Proposition 20, you heard me just beating my head against the wall because of the fact that I wanted people to understand that in California, child sex crimes are not considered violent or violent crimes. And so because Proposition 20 did not pass, what will happen is that up to 22,000 sex offenders will be considered for early parole. On top of it, one of the things that will happen here is that enhanced sentencing will not be one of the considerations. You know, what has happened in the past, you have all these politicians that run for being tough on crime. They say, you know, we have enhanced sentencing laws. In other words, if you, prostitute out a minor or a woman, and you're a gang member, then you get sentenced for the fact that you have exploited another human being sexually and put them out for prostitution and pandering where you're making money off of it, but that there's an enhanced sentence because you're a gang and you did that because of your gang affiliation, or you used a gun, or, you have been convicted of sex offenses earlier. And so part of your Proposition 20 that unfortunately did not pass would have said that you could still consider those enhanced sentencing. Well, this is last week's show. I'm just kind of giving you an update before I go deep into this. What has happened since then is the Los Angeles district attorney that has come on. He is a very progressive district attorney. He said that he made it clear. I'm not sure the public made it clear. Kamala Harris was sure that she had made it clear that when you pass Proposition 57, that it would include some sex offenders. And as it turned out, she didn't make that clear, apparently, because you all didn't realize it. She knew it. She was the attorney general. But what is happening in Los Angeles is the district attorney is telling all the prosecutors in Los Angeles County, you are not to consider enhanced sentencing in future sentencing. And because of that, 800 prosecutors from the union there, the Prosecutors Union in Los Angeles, is suing that district attorney, saying that is not legal. So it will be interesting to watch. One of the things I want to say to you here in Riverside County, especially, now I believe this is true of San Bernardino County, but I know personally you are very fortunate to have Mike Hestrin, got to get his name right. Sorry about that, sir. Anyway, Mike Hestrin as your district attorney, because he is tough on crime. And he's looking for every avenue, especially if it's a child sex crime. I've worked with him for a long time, and this is an administration that is looking for ways to be able to ensure that sex offenders pay the price. And I believe that is true of San Bernardino County. They also have a human trafficking task force. You're very fortunate, especially in Riverside County, your Sheriff Chad Bianco just doubled the size of the human trafficking task force in Riverside County. Now, this is happening when most people are pulling back the budgets on criminal activity and prosecuting criminal activity. Pardon me, I got to get that right. Anyway, but they have actually put more money towards it, and they're very assertively going out there after child sex crimes. So I'm very, very proud to serve with them, and we are very proud to be their training and outreach coordinator. I know these people. They are men and women who have their own families and will put their lives on the line to go out and rescue kids. You see, the way this happens is you get a teenager a lot, and they may send a naked photo, or they may go on a dating site and they hook up with somebody that's maybe a gang member or a pimp. And the next thing you know, they have one of those fantasy relationships that take place online. And poof, the next thing you know, they sneak out and meet up with them. I told you about the girl from Fresno week before last, I think. She was only, 12 or 14. I think she might have been 14. He's 40. He is a child pornographer. He ran a website where children were being exploited, and she snuck out her bedroom window to hook up with him. He flew in from Washington, D.C. He picked her up. Her parents never knew she was out of the house. She got in the car with him. He put her on a plane in Fresno, and they were able to intercept her in Denver. Probably, I would guess, some airline employee thought this might be fishy, and they picked her up in the layover in Denver. Her parents never would have seen her again. And all of this happened because of social media, and that is the way that it's happening. Social media has a huge impact on what is taking place in our society. I just got off the phone with my best friend, and she believes differently than I do politically. It doesn't matter what you believe politically. Right now, we have social media taking down websites that allow free speech. Million Kids of their very own was taken off Facebook without any explanation, probably because we were encouraging you to vote yes on 20. And then we lost 14,000 followers because they don't agree with us. We have now rebuilt. If you want to go on Facebook and find IE Million Kids and hit like, I'd surely appreciate that. But we must have free speech. We cannot have people like Apple and Google and Amazon, literally going in and removing places like Parler off the air because they don't agree with us. In the meantime, though, they are supporting operations like Pornhub that is out there with millions of viewers that are putting up child pornography. I was just Googling, doing some research. I normally never look at the actual photo. I look at the data, and I was Googling Pornhub because I'm about to tell you what's happening with it when all of a sudden child pornography popped up right on my screen. Now, I work with law enforcement. I took the appropriate measures to get it reported and get it reported quickly, but this is very real. On the one hand, you have these big agencies taking off Conservatives because they don't agree with them and shutting down Parler. All the time you have an operation like Pornhub out there that is putting up amateur pornography to the numbers you can't even believe. Hey, we're coming up against that break, so I'm going to ask you to stay with me. We are going to be right back, and I'm going to tell you all that's happening with Pornhub and why you should care. This is Opal Singleton. I'll be right back.
Real estate sales in the Inland Empire are really hot. Sellers and buyers recognize that these low interest rates will not last. Sean and Colleen at Caldwell Banker Armstrong Properties in Riverside are proud to sponsor this show. They are the best in the Inland Empire. They're fair, honest, creative, and they care about you and your situation. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, call Sean and Colleen at 951-529-4066.
Hello, this is Opal Singleton of Exploited Crimes and Technology. Hey, there are many good restaurants in the Inland Empire, but really great restaurants are hard to find. Let me tell you about the Toasted Barrel in Corona. It's a trendy, upscale steakhouse with great pasta and seafood. It's a fantastic choice for birthdays and anniversaries or just that special night out with your loved one and friends. Inland Empire magazine has awarded them Best Restaurant and Brunch for the past 3 years. The owners, Ed and Shirley, are friendly and attentive to your needs. If you're a prime rib connoisseur, this place is for you. Go ahead and try it out. The Toasted Barrel, located at 1300 El Sobrante Road in Corona. Or Google them at Toasted Barrel to make reservations. I guarantee you, you're going to love it. Be sure and tell Ed and Shirley that Opal sent you. It will be a night you'll never forget.
Societal Shift, A World Without Borders and a Home Without Walls. This is the most important book you will read this year, especially if you have children or grandchildren. We are living at the most important time in all of history. In 2020, the entire world will be connected by internet, more than 6 billion people coming together. Technology will provide many great advantages for our kids, but a world without borders for our kids is also a world without borders for pimps, predators, pedophiles, cartels, and organized crime. It is a home without walls because 87% of the kids sleep with their phone. It is the greatest societal experiment of all time. Our kids are technology geniuses, and their parents are technophobic. Some are techno-impotent. New apps come with no warnings on how a predator will use them against our kids. Advancing technologies like encrypted messaging, vaporware, artificial intelligence, cryptocurrency, and the dark net will challenge law enforcement, teachers, and parents to keep kids safe. Recent research states that 9,000 kids a day are being blackmailed with a naked photo, and 58% will meet their predator. It is indeed a societal shift, and one in which most parents are unprepared. If you are a parent or grandparent, teacher, counselor, or social worker, please take time to read Societal Shift. Only $18.99 plus $6 shipping. Order today at millionkids.org. That's millionkids, millionkids.org. It'll be the greatest gift you can give your family and yourself. Order Societal Shift today. Million Kids takes checks and credit cards. Opal Singleton, the author, will personally sign the book and send it to you. Again, go to millionkids.org and order Societal Shift today. Join Million Kids. Keep our kids safe from predators.
AM 590, The Answer.
Hello, and welcome back to Exploited Crimes and Technology. This is Opal Singleton, and we come to you every Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock right here on AM 590, The Answer. I'd appreciate it if you'd share these shows. They're all archived, by the way, at millionkids.org. And sign up for our insider alert. So even during the week, even when I'm not on the radio, you can get the latest information. If you want others to hear this show and they're not in our sphere or broadcast area, just have them at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Go on am590theanswer.com, and they can listen that way. You do not have to be right here in Southern California. So what is Pornhub and why do you care? Okay. Well, Pornhub, I've been studying it in the research that I do. I don't look at the porn. I look at the data. Okay. But they are the largest porn site in the world. And it is important that we hold them accountable. And I'm going to share with you why it matters. I've been Googling all morning. I'm trying to find out the number of porn sites on the internet. And I honestly cannot get anybody that can give me the true numbers. But we do know that Pornhub is the largest, okay? And their data is absolutely mind-boggling. They are owned by a company called MindGeek. And it's really important, I'm going to tell you folks, it's real important that you learn who's connected to who. It's just like TikTok is owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance. I don't know if you know this, but TikTok's the largest app company in the world, okay? Bigger than Jeff Zuckerberg. Did you know Jeff Zuckerberg put out over $500 million between him and his wife Chan, just not only including on Proposition 20, by the way. They didn't want it to pass and they won. I'm just a little guy, okay? But it is an interesting thing when you see the power of social media and the reach. And so it's important that you know who owns what, because just this week, as we said, Amazon, who up until yesterday I've been a real fan of, okay? I like those deliveries, but I'm thinking different now. Amazon and Zuckerberg, Facebook, no, excuse me, in this case, it's Apple ID, and Google took off Parler. Not for any bad act. They just don't appreciate our opinion. Hello, I thought I lived in America. And this is a fascinating thing because Pornhub's still up, okay? Pornhub is owned by MindGeek. They are based out of Luxembourg. That's one of those independent little countries over there. You need to learn that there's something called bulletproof hosting. Bulletproof hosting are those website hosting companies that work in third world countries where the privacy data laws are not so important. Why do you care? Because if you're going on Pornhub, they're going to know all about you. And they're in areas that host bulletproof hosting. They used to all do this in the dark web, but, Homeland Security, FBI, law enforcement got pretty good in invading the dark web and finding those child pornography sites. They middle of last year, they found a child pornography site that had over 1 million paid subscribers. 1 million paid subscribers. Yeah, a bunch of them are right here in the Inland Empire. Okay, it was hosted out of South Korea, but it is people they are people who are living in your community. So it is no accident that Pornhub is located out of Luxembourg. Okay, that is the way that they do business. And when I began to see how big they are, buckle up, baby. This ought to blow your mind. 42 billion, that's with a B, okay, visits to Pornhub in 2019. That's 115 million visits a week or 80,000 visits a minute. Literally, there were 39 billion searches performed for Pornhub. And 219,000, almost 220,000 individual videos that were viewed per minute on just one pornography site in the world. They had 6.8 new videos uploaded just in 2019. That is 1.36 million hours of new content, let alone their library. The average person stayed on now for 10 minutes and 28 seconds. That's a record. You see, what would happen before is that someone would go on and they would view pornography and they would not stay on too long. But one of the things you're going to start to see is that Pornhub moved into amateur pornography, and they're also allowing connections as a relationship. In other words, you can chat, you can talk, you can pay for specialized requests. You're billed for all of this, by the way. And it is no longer one-way viewing, You are in a two-way relationship, and this is the way of the future, and this is why this is so important. By the way, I'm also making this broadcast into a Million Kids Insider Alert. So if you go to millionkids.org, it's going to take us a couple of days to get it uploaded, but it will be there if you want to share this with other people. I want to share with you a mind-boggling thought. Buckle up. Are you ready? If you started watching all of the videos that aired in 2019, you would have to start in 1850 in order to be able to watch all the videos right up until today. Is that crazy? 1850. So why is this so important? Because Pornhub has become more interactive, as I was talking about. When I saw their data, there were 203 million video votes. In other words, you got to vote for your favorite porn actor or actress on there, your favorite video. So it's like Yelp. You're interacting. There were 70 million people who watched those porn videos that sent a message to the performer. There were over 11 million comments left. What is important here is there were 98,000 new amateur models that was accepted in 2019. Now, keep in mind, I would be willing to bet you that this has expanded exponentially in 2020, but the data isn't out. And after all the lawsuits I'm going to share with you, it may never come out in 2020, or it's going to be greatly sanitized, I am predicting. One of the things is that 83% of porn is viewed on a mobile phone. Now, that's an important trend for you to understand because people get addicted and they don't want to admit it to anybody, and it changes who they are. It changes your relationship. Yeah, the more addicted you are to pornography, the less happy you are in your current home relationship, because no wife or husband can ever compete with what you're watching over and over and over. And now that you're interacting with them and they're promising you the moon, keep in mind, they don't ever have to take the kid down to get their teeth fixed, okay? Or their dog to the veterinarian, or do your laundry, or wash your dishes. These are just people that are paid to blow in your ear, so to speak, okay? That's probably something I shouldn't have said, but it came to me, so we'll say it, okay? These are people who are paid to create a fantasy that is not based on reality. And people become absolutely addicted. And the fact that 83% of this pornography is now viewed on a mobile phone does not surprise me. It's laying on the seat of your car as you're pulling up to a stoplight. You get 10 spare minutes. And what do? You're starting to do this at work because you can take a break. And so before long, your brain is taken over by the fantasy of escape from your reality. And it becomes a bigger drug than if you're on drugs yourself. In the meantime, your family, your wife, your husband is languishing back there looking for the person they're missing that used to be the father or the mother. And yes, women get addicted too. So this is a crazy, crazy thing that is happening, but it gets crazier. I'm up against that break, so stay with me. We're going to be right back. This is Opal Singleton. Stay with me. Hello, this is Opal Singleton of Exploited Crimes and Technology. I want to tell you about a book I wrote called Seduced: The Grooming of America's Teenagers. It's all about how predators access, groom, recruit, and exploit our young people using social media, online gaming, video chat rooms. Technology is changing at the speed of light, and we have to understand how to keep our kids safe from predators. So you can get this book by going to www.millionkids.org. It's $16. I'll sign it, and I'll ship it to you personally. We hope that you will order this book, educate yourself about how to keep our kids safe in this day of changing technology. Join us each Saturday for our radio show at Exploited Crimes and Technology at 3 o'clock on AM 590, The Answer. Hello and welcome back to Exploited Crimes and Technology. My name is Opal Singleton and I'm the president of Million Kids. I hope you'll follow Million Kids on Facebook. Just go to IE Million Kids and find us and hit like. And I hope that you share this show with everyone you know. I also hope that if you have it in your heart that you'd be willing to donate to support our work. We live at your mercy. Trust me, we live at your generosity. And thank God for you. You know, I wouldn't be here today without all the supporters and people who get involved and who send money and donate monthly, put us on their monthly donation, or a foundation that is kind enough to give us a grant. And the Walmarts lately have been really, really good to us, and I so much appreciate it. And I appreciate Dina Murray that's come alongside with me, that's helped me. I also want to thank my friends over at San Manuel Casino. They don't know about this particular promotion today or show today, but they have been very good at helping donate so that I can find your kids. You know, what happens is a kid gets on the internet and they fall in love with somebody, or they send off a naked photo and they start to get blackmailed, and poof, they're gone, and mom and dad's out of their mind trying to find them. And that is the work that San Manuel has supported, is helping families in this. And the purpose of this show today is really to help you understand what is happening in social media. And we've got some good news. We've made some progress, so I want to share with you. So it's interactive, and that's interactive for anybody that's viewing. And by the way, it'll be interactive for your kids that get on there, or your kids that send out naked photos. So two of the fastest growing categories on Pornhub are webcam sex subscription services with interactions. So you're not just viewing, you're building a relationship. You can sign up for monthly interactions. And think about the people that are providing these webcam services. You know, think about a pimp. How does he make his living? Well, he takes a lot of risks. He gets a girl, he puts her out there, and usually it's 83% of prostitution is female that's enforced prostitution. And then he's got to rent a motel room and risk an STD and risk having a cop show up on him, and that maybe she gets pregnant or he beats her up and that kind of thing. It's high risk business. So think about now, he can get one interaction that's filmed, or he can put a girl in front of webcam sex and she can be having 40 recordings going simultaneously that you're paying for, and there's no STDs, okay? And he's not paying a motel, and these reverse stings are harder. And so he sets her up in webcam sex, but guess what? She's still being violated by the people who are demanding certain kinds of services. In the meantime, the kids get involved in this because one of their biggest categories on Pornhub this year, and the thing that got them in so much trouble, thank God got them in trouble, thank God somebody noticed, and this is coming to the head, is amateur videos. Amateur videos literally were running all kinds of programs, including contests. Send your photo in. And think about what happens. You have your kids that are out there TikToking and they're twerking. They're calling what they call dry humping. I had to look up that word. I'm getting too old for this business. Holy cow, what are we talking about? Look it up for yourself. I'm not going to tell you. This is a family show, okay? But this is happening in real life to the tune of millions of our kids that are making amateur videos. If you look on Snapchat, they had Snapcash. By the way, isn't Snapchat owned by Jeff Zuckerberg? Who's going to go after him and what is taking place on there? There are lots of sites on there that say make money selling nudes on Snapcash because they can monetize a selfie. And what happened on Pornhub is is they set up a model program. You want to be a model. Hello, not that you are a model, you want to be a model. You upload your videos to Pornhub and you can earn upwards of $40,000 a month. I am reading off their website right now. I have all this on PowerPoint that we're going to upload shortly at Me and Kids on Insider Alert if you want to see that. But upload your videos to Pornhub and earn up to $40,000 a month. So their area of business changed dramatically over the last 2 years, and that is why they very quickly became the first one. By the way, I understand that MindGeek also owns RedTube, and that's part of what, and they're all, by the way, on the run. The FBI not shut down Pornhub, they shut down MindGeek, and they're all on the run they're looking for them and the leaders of RedTube. So what happened here is that Pornhub uploaded almost 10 million videos of illicit images that have had to be taken down. How do I know that? I'm not making that number up, because you'll find at the end of this that they've now taken down about 9.5 million already that they found out to be equivalent of illicit photos or child pornography. But they haven't got them all, because when I went on today, I didn't even go more than one search deep. All I put in is webcam sex Pornhub, and suddenly I saw child pornography, which is the second time in my life I've seen it. I have seen it before. I know how to get help. I know how to self-care, but I will tell you, it shakes you to the core if you're a normal person that finds that kind of thing highly offensive, and I do, which is why I do the work that I do. So as we started to realize how big this got, this is why amateur pornography became one of their fastest growing categories, because kids were uploaded all over the world as they made their own kind of webcam sex, which if you're under 18 and you're doing webcam sex, that's child pornography. But then there was a bunch that other people had violated those children and uploaded it. So thank God somebody brought this to the attention. And so starting in December, there was a bill that started out. It is Senator Josh Hawley, Missouri, Ben Sasse, Nebraska, Maggie Hansen, New Hampshire, Tom Tillis, North Carolina, and Joni Ernst of Iowa introduced the Survivors of Human Trafficking Fight Back Act of 2020. I quote, "The act is designed to broaden the route to justice for victims of trafficking and CSAM, which is child sexual abuse material." That is a fancy word for child pornography. We gave it fancy words because when you use the word child pornography, you want to run out and take a bath. So they're dressing it up now with an acronym called CSAM. The bill aims to give victims of sex trafficking and rape victims the right to seek compensation in federal court if pornography websites distribute intimate photos of them without their consent. This is called revenge porn. So what have I just said to you? What I have said here is that these kids were doing all kinds of making their own films, and either they got sextorted and put out on revenge porn sites, including Pornhub and other sites around the world. Keep in mind, there are millions of sites uploading your kids' naked photos, but they're not being taken down. They're concentrating on the biggest one right now to send a message to the rest of them, and I give them credit on that. So, suddenly where they had become the biggest in the world, what they started to find out is when they wanted to look at when they were forced to look at their amateur category, what they found was a lot of child pornography going out there in the name of kids who want to be models. So then there's another article, 40 victims that were from Girls Do Porn sued Pornhub for hosting sex trafficking victim videos. So these are people who made their video and it was on Girls Do Porn, but they were promised that they would be private. And they were not. They went out on porn sites all over the world And these girls, they appear to be adults, sued, and they are asking $2 million each. So that's an $80 million lawsuit against Girls Do Porn to pay literally, and they've already just paid $13 million to 22 women who were tricked or coerced into making pornographic videos. You see, they made these videos believing they would be private, but instead they are being put out for general entertainment for the entire world to see, and they lied. So there's an $80 million lawsuit going on right there. So they're starting to center down on them. And it's going to get even more interesting here very shortly, because MasterCard and Visa has now refused to offer out their payment services for these people. Hallelujah, something's going right. I'll be right back. We're up against a break.
This message is all about Million Kids, the organization that helps locate missing kids throughout Southern California and educates to keep kids safe from predators. Million Kids educates school administrators, teachers, parents, and teenagers how predators identify a potential victim and the methods they use to recruit innocent kids. BMW of Riverside is a proud supporter of Million Kids. Visit BMW of Riverside at the Adams Street exit off the 91 freeway or click bmwofriverside.com.
Hello, this is Opal Singleton of Exploited Crimes and Technology. Let me tell you about my friend Doris Anderson at Remax Realty in Upland. She is amazing. She's kind, she's patient, but she listens. And she's informed, and she will help you with your real estate transaction in a way that works for you. Doris, in full disclosure, often supports the work of Million Kids because she cares about young people. But she knows how to analyze a market, how to market a property, and how to find just the right transaction for both buyers and sellers. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate or invest in income property, contact Doris Anderson at Remax Realty 951-733-8899. That's 951-733-8899. 951-733-8899.
Custom Service Systems, a proud supporter of Million Kids, is a family-owned and operated commercial cleaning company servicing the Inland Empire and surrounding areas since 1974. CSS takes pride in their ability to maintain the business facilities they serve and their long-lasting relationships with their valued clients. CSS provides a variety of cleaning systems customized to client needs, including deep cleaning and disinfectant to be COVID-19 compliant. From basic office cleaning to windows and floors, CSS will clean up your mess so you don't have to stress. Custom Service Systems cares about families and communities and wants to give back. Custom Service Systems are proud supporters of Million Kids to keep kids safe from predators. If you need the best cleaning services for your business or corporation, contact Custom Service Systems at cssclean.com. Again, cssclean.com, or call 951-781-9345. That's 951-781-9345. You will know you found the best. Custom Service Systems.
AM 590. The Answer.
Hello and welcome back to Exploited Crimes and Technology. This is Opal Singleton from Million Kids, and I so much appreciate you following. Help me fight this fight, man. I'm just one little old lady out here in my bunker. Now that COVID set in, I actually trained 400,000 people eye to eye before they put me in isolation here. But anyway, but we got to take this on, folks, and I need your help. I need your support. I need your financial support. I need your prayers. I need you to come alongside with me. We got a movie coming out this year where we're going to take this on. I need you to be the eyes and ears and champion this, okay? So MasterCard and Visa suddenly took their head out of the sand and looked around and found out that I'm sure one of their biggest clients, because when MasterCard and Visa and all the other credit card processors, when they're processing credit cards for porn sites, they charge a lot of money. Not on this site, but I looked at Chatterbait and they were charging 7 to 15% interest to the provider of the porn site. And I'm saying to myself, that sounds like pimping to me if you got to give up 15% of everything you earn to the credit card company. Anyway, I give them credit. MasterCard and Visa ended the relationship on December 10th, saying they would no longer monetize child rapes, revenge porn, spy cam videos of women showing racist and misogynist behavior. They love that word, by the way. But I'm happy that at least we made some sort of progress on something like that. I didn't do it. I'm only reporting on it, but I'm giving them all my support. So what has happened since December 10th, when MasterCard and Visa stepped up to the plate? Well, we started to see something very good happening. Actually, 2 in every 3 Pornhub videos are now gone. Hello, how prolific do you think child porn was if 2 out of 3 videos on the largest porn site in the world are now taken down the minute you take away their MasterCard and Visa capabilities? Pornhub, I'm quoting now, the adult video streaming website deleted over 9 million videos from its content library on December 14th, shrinking its overall library by 2/3. Oh my hell, there was almost nothing left to delete, apparently, when they found out how big this has become. No wonder they were the largest. But doesn't it make you sick? Doesn't that make you sick that our society has reached a level that 2/3 of one porn site had to be taken down because it was illicit child porn? The purge has brought the total number of videos on Pornhub down from 13.5 million to just 4.7 million, according to Motherboard. I am quoting them directly. This includes not only the removal of videos that have underage girls, but any and all content that have been uploaded by unverified users. You see, they created a contest and said to the public, just send it in, folks, we'll publish it. So now they have a new policy not to ban unverified uploaders. We also have suspended all previously uploaded content that was not created by content partners and members of the model program. Why do you care? Let me tell you why we care. Because, as many of you know, I wrote a book called Societal Shift, A World Without Borders, A Home Without Walls. The year 2020, it was supposed to happen last year, but COVID hit us. The year 2020 will see the entire world connected by internet. Probably have 6 billion users. It will change your life and your children's life. And we better get this generation ready to be leaders in a world without borders, because this generation will have 1 million followers, 5 million followers, offering them a modeling contest where they're going to be famous and they could possibly make $40,000 a year. And if we put our kids on a cell phone, parents ask me, how old should my kid be before they get a cell phone? Not before you've had the sex talk. If they don't know what a pedophile is, they better not be on that website, because they are going to be approached to make money selling nudes, just like Snapchat does or Snapcash does, okay? There is going to be huge audiences for webcam sex all over the world. You're going to see this in third world countries where older brothers will set up their little sister, but you're going to see it right here in America, and you're going to see it with our kids and our grandkids, because our kids will have millions of followers, and they are going to have mass audience live streaming, putting videos out there where they think they're going to be accepted. And almost every one of those apps will have cryptocurrency on it. By the way, doesn't it just frost your cookies that they're taking down an app like Parler? And in the meantime, there are millions of sites that are allowing our kids to make these photos. Now, if your kid's making that photo and you're the parent, you're responsible, quite frankly. And I'd encourage you to get involved, but teach your child to be a leader so they do not get exploited. Because what is going to happen here is that by the end of this year, almost all these apps will have cryptocurrency. I believe the U.S. will have their own cryptocurrency by the end of the year. It'll be a federal cryptocurrency and it'll have a fiat base to it. China already has that. And Facebook wanted it before Maxine Waters shut them down. It's about the only thing she ever did that I like, but I'm proud of it. Anyway, interactive pornography will not be viewed as pornography. It'll be viewed as a relationship that you're entitled to, no different than a dating site, and you will be paying for it. Folks, this will change the world. Number one, there will be a greater amount of sex trafficking than ever before. And because kids will send those videos and they will get caught up in prostitution. In the meantime, kids will send those videos and they will be blackmailed. And then they will end up on sites that go out to millions of people all over the world. We're doing what we can do to take on Pornhub. They're only one of millions. We got a lot of work ahead of us, but we better start at home, folks. Talk to your kids about where a naked photo goes when they hit send, that it can go out to 1 million people, and suddenly you can have thousands of people wanting money, wanting more photos, wanting to blackmail you. You think you're going to be famous. You will be, but you need to understand how the internet works before you put it on there, put a child on there. That is why our movie's coming out this year. Probably be now. It's delayed because of COVID, but it'll probably be out May, June. And I'm hoping that you will support us in getting it out there. We think it's going to be called Seduced. We're not sure. But we know that right now there are about 8% of the nation's teenagers that have sent a naked photo. Tell your kids if they send a naked photo, even if it's only to someone they know, they can be intercepted. The minute a naked photo is on the internet, your life will change forever. You will be in a blackmail prison. Maybe nobody's asked for money or more photos yet, but they will tomorrow or the next day. And they will end up in these global child porn rings. And if not, and it's possible, they'll end up on a global child pornography site. I am glad of the people that have the Congress, the Republican Congress, that has helped take these sites down. I'm glad of MasterCharge and Visa. I'm glad of the organizations like ourselves that speak out against it. And I am frustrated by the major tech companies that take down sites like Parler while allowing these to be up on their platforms. This is despicable. My name is Opal Singleton. You can write to me at Opal, OPAL, at millionkids.org. I'll be happy to share with your corporation, your foundation. If you do fundraising, if you support nonprofits, we're a 501c3. We would highly appreciate your help. Forgive me, I work from home. Forgive me, but I need your help. So I would ask you to come alongside with us. Go to millionkids.org. Give us your name. Send me an email at opal, OPAL, at millionkids.org. Sign up for our Facebook site. Sign up for those Million Kids Insider alerts. My heck. These will be coming out regularly. I'm still trying to master all this technology of getting you PowerPoints in my face and all that stuff. I'm getting there. You know, I do it the old-fashioned way, I suppose. But this is the most important mission of this decade. It is your kids and your grandkids, and it is the future of our society. Yes, we got to go after those social media people. We have a right to be heard, and I'm grateful for the people that are taking it on. But this is a grassroots effort, and it's got to stop at home and start at home by making your child a leader, an influencer. This is Opal Singleton. You folks put your arms around your kids. Tell them you love them. Have a great week. Look at your spouse. Tell them you're proud of them. See you next Saturday, 3 o'clock on AM 590.
Societal Shift, A World Without Borders and a Home Without Walls. This is the most important book you will read this year, especially if you have children or grandchildren. We are living at the most important time in all of history. In 2020, the entire world will be connected by internet, more than 6 billion people coming together. Technology will provide many great advantages for our kids, but a world without borders for our kids is also a world without borders for pimps, predators, pedophiles, cartels, and organized crime. It is a home without walls because 87% of the kids sleep with their phone. It is the greatest societal experiment of all time. Our kids are technology geniuses, and their parents are technophobic. Some are techno-impotent. New apps come with no warnings on how a predator will use them against our kids. Advancing technologies like encrypted messaging, vaporware, artificial intelligence, cryptocurrency, and the dark net will challenge law enforcement, teachers, and parents to keep kids safe. Recent research states that 9,000 kids a day are being blackmailed with a naked photo, and 58% will meet their predator. It is indeed a societal shift, and one in which most parents are unprepared. If you are a parent or grandparent, teacher, counselor, or social worker, please take time to read Societal Shift. Only $18.99 plus $6 shipping. Order today at millionkids.org. That's millionkids, millionkids.org. It'll be the greatest gift you can give your family and yourself. Order Societal Shift today. Million Kids takes checks and credit cards. Opal Singleton, the author, will personally sign the book and send it to you. Again, go to millionkids.org and order Societal Shift today. Join Million Kids. Keep our kids safe from predators.